8 to 10. Okay, I want everybody to go ahead and say, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. One more time. One more time. You can do it. No, you can't. No, you can't. How many times have you heard that? You know, people say, oh, you can do it. You can do it. But in the back of your mind, somebody's just saying to you, no, you can't. What I want to talk to you about is lived experiences and how basically when something happens and you're not sure, you're going to say, you can do it. When I grew up on the farm over by Neuraddick, we had a little farm set there, and one day I decided to get a goat. And it was a giveaway. You know, those freebies, you know, that cost you like a fortune afterwards. The thing is, we picked up this goat, we brought it to the farm. Now this is like a 56-pound white goat, Danny goat. Okay, had the little horns, you know, real cute. And if it's soaking wet, it's probably 56 pounds. The first thing I did when I got into the farm, I had a corral system inside the barn, and I went and put this goat inside this pen. It's about 6 foot high. You know, locked it up, made sure it's safe for a while and all that. And I started cleaning out the barn and stuff, and I looked down, and what do you think was next to me?
Goat poop.
No, the goat. That was probably there too, but I didn't notice that. That goat got out of that pen and came and was standing and watching me clean out the barn. You know, all this pen. And amazing. As time went on, about another couple of days, I decided to bring our bull in to the corral. Now, our bull out there weighed probably about 2,800 pounds. This is a big, brown, white bull, you know. Had the big horns and everything, and big head on it. Just a huge animal. I thought I'd bring it inside the corral and introduce it to the goat, you know, so they kind of get to feel each other and see what happens. Well, when I let the goat out into the corral, you know what the first thing the goat did? It went and walked right up to that bull. This little tiny goat walked up to this big bull and looked at it right in the eyes. Just looked directly into the eyes of that bull. He looked into one eye and then into the other eye. This is like a big head on this thing, you know. And again, he looked into one eye and then the other eye. And then he stood up on his back legs and whacked that bull on the head. Just whacked him, you know. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing, you know. And the bull, of course, you know, what's going on here, you know. And again, that goat went ahead, looked into one eye, looked into the other eye, and stood up and whacked it again. And of course, you know, what do bulls do when they get mad? Right? You can tell they're getting mad because they start kicking up their feet and stuff like that. And this bull was starting to get mad. And this here goat was like, I don't know, really stupid or what, but did it again. Looked into one eye, the other eye, stood up and whacked him again. This time that bull went and got mad. And it shoved that goat about 25 feet. And it flew and it tumbled and all that, you know. Got back up, the goat did, this little 56-pound goat. Got back up and walked over to that bull. And yeah, again, one eye, the other eye, and whacked him again. And the bull did not take it again. It went after it and knocked it down. So I went and I took that goat and I grabbed it by the horns. I took her out. I figured, we don't want this to be like the end. And as I left the bull back out, and then about another day later, I decided to just let the goat go into the pasture and see what's going to happen. I was going ahead and giving some feed to the animals out there, poured my little pail of oats, like you normally do with the cattle and stuff, you know. And the bull started walking toward this oats, and the goat started walking toward this oats. And guess who moved? The bull moved to the side. The big, big animal moved to the side, and the goat ate the oats. That's pretty cool, you know. Another experience I had was we were combining a field. This is in the fall of the year. We had one of our neighbors hired to combine. And my dad and I and the guy that was driving the combine were all cozy up inside this cab, because we had this Gleaner combine, going down the field. And in the background to the west, you just see these big clouds coming, the thunderstorms and stuff, you know. And we wanted to finish up this field, so we were talking, we were kind of rushing and all that. And as we were going down the field, all of a sudden, the combine was facing up in the air. Just like that, up in the air. We were trying, what happened now? And we stopped the combine, got out, walked in the back. The rear axle off the combine, clean brake, just laying there. Now, most of us, when something goes wrong in your life, and something breaks and you want to get this all done, what do? You know, like maybe a few words fly around, you know, a little bit of high blood pressure, like we're really upset. This farmer looked at it, that's the second time that broke, he said. And he looked at the gas tank up on the top there and that big toolbox on the back and said, "Picture, that's what it is, too much weight. I'm going to have to do something about that." You know, that's the attitude that you should have. Not, you know, but what can I do about the problems? And these problems happen every day. You know, you get a bad test in your score or a bad grade in your test, what happens? And you either really get frustrated or what can I do? You know? And that's what it's all about. And when I was talking about you can do it, you all can do it. Everybody can do it. You're going to do good in your next test. Why? You can do it. And it doesn't matter what obstacle is in front of you. If you can think, if this ever happens to you again, you go ahead and you think about this. You think about this little goat, okay? This little dinky goat and this big bull, and the goat looking into the eyes of whatever problem you're going to be facing. Look directly into the problem and then go ahead. Maybe you got to get its attention or whatever you got to do, but you go after it. You don't stop. You go after it. And the same with the guy with the combine. If you ever see a combine going on a field and you think about the problems going on, and when something happens in your life, just go ahead and think about all of a sudden popping up in the sky, but coming down with the right attitude about how you can fix the problems. It all comes down to you can do it. Everybody, every one of us, you can do it. Thank you.